Welcome back to the BTS Happy Hour podcast. I'm your host, Andrea. Joining me for today again is Morgan.
Yes, again and always.
So it's now November 2019, and we're approaching the end of the year. So I've only been into K-pop since the beginning of 2019, so this is going to be my first time hearing about all the end of the year award shows that they have in Asia.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, I'm not that long of a fan either, but
apparently, like for K-pop, they have all sorts of shows that are in like
they have a ton of award shows.
different parts of
Don't
Asia.
they?
Yeah, I'm like looking at an article that has all the different ones. It's like Genie Music and the Asia Awards and KPMA and Gaio, Daejeon. Oh, that's SBS. Okay, that's that channel.
But so what's the bottom line? People go to these award shows and
Yeah, and it's like, okay, you'll see who gets awards. It doesn't really matter because there's so many award shows.
right.
So everybody,
and there are so many awards too.
everybody will get an award. Everybody will get
Pretty much everyone. Yep.
everyone that you stan probably will get an award somewhere. But the interesting part is that all the K-pop groups attend, or most of them, and so we'll see them, and we'll maybe see some new performances, and we might also see. This is something they do in Asia. I don't know if they don't really do it in American award shows, but they watch like the audience and how groups react to other groups. So we'll see all the interactions for that.
I do notice that on YouTube. I see people say, or I see videos about how people react to another group's performance, and almost always their reaction is minimal. They do nothing, so I really don't understand what I'm looking at. Like if somebody jumped up and down and clapped or fell asleep, you say, oh, well, I guess you don't like them or you really love them. But most people just watch attentively and then clap politely. So I don't know what people are looking for. I think this is, in the K-pop world, people are always looking for, they're reaching for material. They're like, oh, if you clapped a little more vigorously, maybe you're dating. Maybe you're dating.
Yeah, no.
I have seen videos like that where
yes.
So-and-so clapped a little longer than the other group members.
Not even that. It's like
maybe they are
whispered to the person next to you.
I was like,
while that was
you
happening.
whispered. Is that because you were dating?
It's like,
you have no idea what. Maybe they are talking about their shopping list. Or maybe they're talking about a funny YouTube video they saw. You have no idea why they're... Yeah. People just like to read into the reactions, and I think it's pretty funny because you really have no idea. It could be anything, right? I mean, I've seen some videos where like, oh, they did this, they did that, so they're probably dating. Specifically, I'm recalling a video where Jimin was talking to Twice. You know what I'm talking about.
He didn't talk to them. He just like walked by.
He just walked by.
He bowed like because they always supposed to bow.
Right. But then after that, they were whispering to each other and they were giggling.
Who was whispering?
I think Nayeon and Jungyeon.
Yeah.
Jungyeon.
Yes.
And they were like whispering and they're like, oh wait, I recognize this because I went to high school. I know what girls talking about guys when they like guys looks like. It kind of looked like that to me. Mm-hmm. It kind of did look like that to me. So I do think that those two have a thing going.
Well, that's what's so tricky about those videos. They point something out and it's like, oh, wait, that does look like that.
It does look like that.
Oh, that girl likes him.
But at the same time, they could be talking about like an in-joke. Like maybe they saw a meme last week and they're just talking about that. Like, remember this meme? Remember, hey, Jungyeon. Remember this Jeffrey Epstein meme? So funny. Well, probably not. They probably wouldn't think Epstein memes are really funny. Although maybe they do. That'd be so funny if they thought those memes were funny. But it was probably, they were thinking like the cat meme was funny. You know that weird cat meme that I don't get? Where it's like the woman yelling and pointing and then the next panel is a cat sitting at the table. I don't get that meme, but it's really super popular at the moment. Right? Maybe they're thinking of that or something like that, right? Maybe it's not Jungyeon is dating Jimin.
Yeah.
They maybe just talking about a stupid meme.
Yeah.
But I do think that probably they're dating. Probably had sex.
It's like this is the problem with K-pop. It's like, oh, we don't know who's dating, so now we have to speculate about all these different things.
You don't have to.
There's
You
these
could just leave it alone.
little things going on.
To be fair, you don't have to. You could just leave it alone and let their personal lives be their personal lives.
But it's like I'm trying to figure out who is dating.
Right.
It's like,
But
I'm
in
trying to solve a
general,
mystery.
fans do care about this sort of stuff. So obviously, for the ones who do care, I do think those two are dating. But in general, a lot of these reaction videos where people try to read, they read a little too much into the reactions.
Highly edited.
Yeah, they read too much into the reactions and they say, oh, it means this, it means that. It doesn't mean anything. I really don't think it means anything. I think that a lot of you just reading way too much into it. In a few select cases, I look at it and I say, no, I feel you. Yeah, probably these two people, they're on the side or whatever. But in most cases, I think it's people just reading too much into it, And in response to that, I think they do have a policy where they tell their artists, companies tell their artists, to be very generic and bland in their reaction. They say, can you just politely applaud to
Just
everything?
clap.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, no
And
matter
don't do anything abnormal for any of it. Which sucks because now they can't be themselves. This is another case where K-pop artists just have to be very controlled. They have to be restrained in their behavior. It's just unfortunate. I wish that maybe they could just react more normally. Like if you wanted to be, well, maybe not this, but like if you wanted to be like a Kanye West and jump on a stage and grab a microphone from people and say some crazy shit, I wish that they would be free to do it.
It's like that would never happen.
That would never happen.
K-pop award show.
But I would love it. I would love for people to jump on and say, hey, I'm going to let you finish, but, Twice had the best video of the year, so fuck you. Whatever artist like Chang'e, screw you. Because in my opinion, nobody would ever do that.
No,
but it would be so
no,
fun. It would be
happen.
so fun. It would be so fun. Imagine how much fun. In America, that happened, and 10 years later, we're still talking about it. We're still talking about it. Entertainment. It's entertainment. It's
like
wonderful.
Out of hand, and everybody's been talking about
Everybody's been talking about it for 10 years now. So can we say it's anything but good? No, it was good. It was excellent. Maybe it didn't feel great for Taylor Swift at the time to have this guy jump on stage and say everything he had to say.
I would have been so irritated.
Probably, but you know what? We were entertained, and we're still talking about it. So it would be nice if maybe people in Korean award shows, which there are so many of. I didn't know this before I got into K-pop, but there's so many. There are not that many American award shows. There's just so many Korean or K-pop award shows. Mm-hmm. Increase the entertainment quotient and just let people freewheel and get drunk and get high and just I don't know, jump on stage and say I'm gonna let you finish and stuff like that.
Do you think after thinking about it, was Kanye wrong about Single Ladies by Beyonce
He was definitely wrong.
Video of the year?
He was 100% wrong. Even though I love Kanye and I love almost everything he does, I buy his shoes as overpriced as they are. I buy Yeezys, by the way. They're very comfortable. Hey, this is my endorsement for Yeezys. If you can get them, get them. They're very, very comfortable. They're not great shoes. They're still just like $5 shoes made in China. But if you can buy them, if you can afford them, get them. You probably pay like $200-$300 for them, but get them. They're very, very good shoes. Yeah. Back to your point. I think he was wrong. He shouldn't have done that. But you know what? He made the world a more interesting place by going and doing that. Like, think about it. Every single time somebody does something out of pocket, we can compare it to the time he just jumped on stage and grabbed the mic from an 18-year-old girl. She was like 18 at the time.
That's a meme now. It's like, I'm going to let you finish.
Yeah, I'm going to let you finish is a meme. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It wasn't pleasant for her at the time, but at the same time, let's be real. It's it's not the worst thing that's ever happened to a human being, right? I mean, there's people who are like sold into sex trafficking or whatever. Taylor Swift, all she had to endure was like a crazy man jumped on the stage and extolled the virtues of a rival video.
I don't even understand why was he like so passionate about it. It's like, okay, Beyonce, she's just your friend.
Well, number one, he has a bipolar disorder. And he also might have been drunk / high /
just like an impulse
/ both.
Like, let me
right?
run on stage.
Hey, if I was bipolar and I was maybe drunk or high or both, and then I was at an award show and then something happened, I'll be honest. This is the type of thing that I would do. Absolutely, 100%. And then, and let's be real too. Each one of us has probably done something like this in our lives. Hopefully you have done. Hopefully you have not lived such a straight-laced life that you've never done something crazy and stupid like this, right? Mm-hmm. You've done something that absolutely is indefensible, but at the same time entertaining, right? But for most of us, since we're nobodies, it's just forgotten. People just don't remember the time that we did something so stupid while we were drunk or high. Mm-hmm. They just don't remember it. But unfortunately for Kanye West, his thing happened to be on national television. So we all remember it. Well, he's done multiple things. But in fairness to him, he has been in the public eye quite a bit, a long time. But I would have done something like this at some point.
Well, I love the Single Ladies video, but the problem is, it's like later you find out, oh, they totally just copied the choreography from something else.
And I don't even care. I don't agree with him that, hey, of course, a rational person would say, hey, even if the other video is better, look, it's not. It's MTV Music Awards or something, right?
Yeah.
Was it the MTV Music Awards?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like Beyonce. It's not like Beyonce was robbed of something very material. Like she lost a ton of money by not winning this award, mm-hmm. right? It's not like Taylor Swift personally wronged her or robbed her or anything. So yeah, he was 100% in the wrong to jump up there and make a situation more awkward for an 18-year-old girl. He was absolutely wrong, right? But at the same time, he was right because it made the world a better place.
He created a moment.
He created a moment that enriched everybody else. And the only downside to it is that an 18-year-old girl had to experience a super awkward, mm-hmm. as the kids say, right? She had to experience a super awkward moment on her way to becoming a gigantic megastar, billionaire pop star. So I don't feel that bad for her because in her future, we know, and she probably even knew at the time, that her future involved becoming a super megastar, billionaire pop star. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, Taylor Swift.
Like she
Taylor
turned out
Swift.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You'll be fine. You weren't, your life is not going to turn out bad. You're not sold into sex trafficking. You weren't like hacked to death or like actual bad things that happen to real people on planet Earth. You just had to experience a crazy Kanye West stealing your moment at the MTV Video Awards. It's no big deal.
I don't think it's like the worst injustice either. Like "You Belong with Me" is like very iconic video. If you've seen that Taylor Swift video,
I have, and I'll be honest with you. I think Taylor Swift's video is better than Beyonce's video. I think Kanye West just had his own personal preference, which is fair. We all think whatever, right? And like this video is better than that video. He just had very strong feelings about it, and he was probably high, drunk, bipolar at the time, so he jumped on stage and did that whole thing. But there's no victims. There's no victims here. There's only winners. And you can say, who are the winners? Society is the winner. Because we will always have that moment in time when we could say, I'm going to let you finish. It's like we all know what that means. We all remember. We can harken back to that. And it always puts a smile on our face because, I don't know, it just It was entertaining, right? And even Taylor Swift, I bet you she looks back. I bet you Taylor Swift looks back and she says, that was a fun time in my life. That was a fun time. She didn't lose anything. She still became a mega star. It didn't cost her any fans, any sales, anything. In fact, it may have helped her notoriety, right? It may have helped her in her career. She didn't experience any negative effects from it whatsoever. So, yeah. What were we talking about? Yes, that moment was great for everybody.
Yeah.
Kanye West, Taylor, everybody.
K-pop award shows.
K-pop award shows.
Let's see some crazy moments.
No, they're not going to do that.
Okay, they won't do that.
They're not going to do that. Because K-pop is very buttoned down. They're not going to act out of turn.
We're going to have to look very closely to try to figure out who's dating.
We're going to see YouTube videos where people just behave very normally and you think, oh, it was just very normal. But then some fan will make a YouTube video where they slow it down. And like, but look at this part where I slowed it down. Look at this interaction where they touched each other and they sort of lingered. And it's like, it only lingered because you slowed down the goddamn video, right? And so that's the reason why. And it looks like,
made eye contact. Whoa.
Wait, your eye contact a little longer than normal. You're touching a little longer than, you must be dating. Like, that's because you slowed down the video, dude. Well, we'll have these videos. We always get this sort of content from award shows, and it's totally BS. But at the same time, will I watch it? Yes, because 100%. Because one thing I love to think that people are having sex with each other. That is one of the things that I enjoy in life. I just want to think that these people are having sex with each other. I know a lot of stans don't like that, but I like it. It makes sense to me.
Do you think there will be any like American artists performing at these K-pop award shows? No,
I don't. Oh, do you mean next year or just
this year? Like there was that one time that Charlie Puth came and was.
Did he perform at one?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay. Well, then that answers your question. It's already happened, right?
Well, he did it, but what's this year? You know, who's good this year that's gonna like come over?
Well, I guess it's possible then, right? I guess it's possible. I can't think of who would. I don't know. Maybe Halsey.
Yeah, maybe Lizzo. I could have sworn I saw that she did a.
Lizzo? What did she have to do with K-pop?
I saw that she.
I hope that she has nothing to do with K-pop.
She did a version of Truth Hurts with AB6, but then I saw that it disappeared, so I don't know if maybe that version doesn't exist anymore.
I don't like Lizzo, so I hope she has nothing to do with K-pop. I just don't like her whatsoever. What does she offer? Nothing. What can I get from Lizzo that I can't get from Cardi B?
I'm just thinking of people who are working with K-pop people.
Oh, well, I don't know. I would guess not. Because keep in mind that these shows they're Korean language, so generally it's just gonna have to be in Korean, right? But yeah, I don't know. I would wager no. That's just what I feel.
Since we're talking about Twice related to the award shows, I was thinking we know Twice pretty well. We both listen to Twice. Who do you think each person in Twice would stand in BTS?
Oh, this is a good question. Who do I think each person in Twice would stand in BTS?
Yeah.
Well, let's start with the obvious. I think Changyeon would stand the person she's dating, Jimin. I think they're dating. I think they're dating.
That's who she's going to stand?
They're dating.
Yeah.
Look at the videos. Just look it up on YouTube if you doubt us.
Look at the evidence.
The evidence is pretty compelling to me.
It's right there.
Even though some of it is just reaching bullshit where they're like, oh, they were like...
Not really evidence. But...
Yeah. But there was enough of it that I felt the chemistry. You know, I felt the energy.
It's like the thinking emoji. It's like, oh, okay.
Right. I felt the most convincing part for me was when there was an award show and they passed each other, and as soon as he left, they were Twice. They were like talking to each other and giggling about the interactions. Like, oh, that's when girls they talk about.
There's some furious whispering, like
Yeah.
between Changyoung and Nayeon.
You're right. They're like, oh yeah, your boyfriend is whatever. It's like, ah ha ha
it's like,
ha.
there's your
yeah,
man.
Yeah. It's like, they're dating. They're totally dating.
Or like
Totally believe it.
he like, you know, you walk by and it's like your elders you're supposed to bow, and so they bow.
Right.
And
it's
then
like he did something dorky
he
or whatever.
did that,
It's like,
and then
blah,
they
blah, blah.
like mimicked him or something.
Right. They're totally dating. Yeah. That sealed it for me. The other stuff, it was not as convincing, but that part convinced me. I don't know if they're still dating, but whatever. Okay, so, well, gosh, this is a long topic because there's 9 Twice members. So let's start at the top.
Yeah.
First member, Jiho.
Jiho.
She deserves she's a leader, so I guess we would say her first. Who would she stand in BTS? This is a difficult question. I don't.
Well, okay, who do you know Daniel Kang very well? Like, what is he like, and who is he like in BTS? I would think that would be.
I don't know him very well.
Okay, I don't either.
I know he's from Produce. Right, he's from Produce.
Okay.
I don't know his music very well at all. I feel like Gio. Let's say Gio would stand. Let's say her connection. I don't know. I don't want to use the word stand. I don't think they would be stands, obviously. But let's say the person she would connect with best would be RM because they're both leaders.
Right.
Right. So that makes sense to me.
Leader would respect a leader.
Leader to leader. So that makes the most sense to me. Next up,
Nayeon.
Nayeon. So Nayeon is sort of the center. She's the center and the face, right? And she's a vocalist, so she sings a lot of the key vocals. I think that she would feel most connected to like Jungkook.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Right, because they are both very versatile. They fill a lot of roles, and they're very prominent members of each group.
Yeah.
So I think they're
visual.
Yeah, like to say that they would stand each other.
Well,
the most parallel people.
Who's their bias?
Right.
I mean,
the way I interpret that is who's the most parallel. Right. So I would say Nayeon, Jungkook.
yeah.
Who's next?
Let's see.
Who do you want to talk about?
Chaeyoung. Let's say.
Chaeyoung, lead rapper. Well, that's obvious. I guess she would stand Suga.
Yeah.
Because they're
like
both lead
rappers would
right?
Respect the other rappers.
Even though I have my negative opinions of Suga, but we won't get into that right now. But Chaeyoung probably would identify most with Suga.
Yeah, they both have more of like a rebel.
And I feel like they're
label.
they're both more. They're the most different from their they're the most on the outskirts, right?
Yeah.
Like if you had to identify a person who just didn't fit in, I'm not saying they don't get along, but the person who just didn't fit with the rest of the group.
Yeah.
Suga and Chaeyoung would be sort of that.
Yeah, they're the most different.
Right. What's the next member we're going to talk about?
Daeon, I guess let's do.
Diane. Okay. Well,
let's cover all the rappers.
I'm gonna say Diane is. She probably is most analogous to Jimin, in my opinion. Number one, she's short. Jimin is one of the shorter ones, right? That's it. That's all I got.
I thought maybe she would identify with Jin because of the humor.
Well,
I feel like
I don't really know what Jin's sense of humor
similar
is.
Personalities.
Well, you have that advantage over me. I don't really know their sense of humor, but I guess. But I just went off of they're both short, and they're both considered like cute, right? So that's why I would pair those two together.
What about Tsuyi?
Tsuya, easy, Jin, because I feel like Tsuya, she is just like she's considered just a visual. Like that's all you offer to the group, right? And I think maybe Jin fills that same role. I'm not saying that either of these people that's all they have to offer, but that's kind of the impression that some people have of them. It's like you're just the visual,
true.
you're just the visual, and you're not the lead rapper, vocalist, anything. You're just the visual. And Jin and Tsuyu, they're kind of in that same ballpark. Not saying that that's actually what they are, but that's
Yeah.
that's the impression that a lot of people have of them.
And yeah, in the videos, it's always like both of those people. They're like, "Whoa, this person is like really prominent in the videos."
Right.
On
It's like, wow,
certain ones,
they're
it's like,
good
oh my
looking,
God,
and like their role is just,
striking.
oh, they're good looking, right? And I don't think she's the best looking member of Twice, but that's a discussion for another day. But that's probably the analog.
What about Momo?
Well, I don't know. She's Japanese. It's hard to say.
I personally thought
What's the analog to Momo?
I would say like J-Hope,
Right.
Since they got
That's an easy analog. Yeah, because she's the main dancer.
the dancing
And
connection.
J-Hope's the main. Yeah, I would say J-Hope. They're both the best dancers of the group, so that's actually kind of easy. The other ones are harder. Momo's actually not that hard, because dancer to dancer. Yep.
They can respect that.
Right. They're like the analog.
Probably Momo is always having to teach the others how to dance the same way like J-Hope is.
I don't think she does have
More-
to teach the others how to dance, actually, because I don't think Twice gets dance numbers that are that challenging.
Oh,
I really don't, right? Because everybody has to be able to do the Twice dance numbers. They're probably very, very easy for Momo.
yeah. Just like I think it's the same thing. It's like J-Hope is always like probably learns the whole routine first, and then he helps their choreographer teach everybody
Right.
else.
But doesn't I guess maybe this is not true, but for male groups, I think they have more individual dance breaks. Like J-Hope can do his stuff,
Yeah, they probably
whereas
do.
there's not as many individual dance breaks for female groups. So
Yeah, I just remember like the one from like that Momo had from what was it like ooh
like
yeah, just like that one time.
That was it. That was literally it.
They really should feature her more.
It's been 4 years and she's had one individual dance break.
They need to
correct?
give her more dancing.
They should, because that is where her strength lies. Besides, I don't know, just being Japanese. So yeah, that's easy actually. Momo, J-Hope. Next.
Sana.
Sana is so hard to tell. I'm gonna say, I would just say, I would just default V for a lot of these.
Well, that's what I was gonna say for her.
Because I just
think
feel
she
like,
would.
in my opinion, V is just. Would you say he's a center of BTS? Who would you say is the center? I would say V is the center, in my opinion, my humble
A
opinion.
lot of times Jungkook is in the center.
I think V is better looking though. I'm just gonna default to V when I don't really have a strong opinion.
I think her
default.
bias would be V.
Yeah.
And then last one is Mina, which I don't know her very well.
We
at
haven't
all.
been through 9. Last one is Mina, really?
Yeah, we talked about Nayeon.
Have we talked about everybody, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Last one is Mina?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say RM. I don't know. I'm just gonna say RM. I have no reason. I have no reasoning. I'm just gonna default to RM. He is the leader. So I would just default to either the center, the face of the group, which I think is V, or I would default to RM, who's the leader.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that Mina would have
I
any
think Mina would
real preference.
respect a strong leader.
Have we really talked about 9 members of Twice already? Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
we did.
I believe it. Okay.
We did. By the way, what do we think is going on with Mina? You know how she's not performing?
I just feel like she has
with the group?
she has performance anxiety, or she has like a stalker who's stalking her and she feels unsafe in live performances because she does videos, right? She appears in videos.
Yeah, she did their last couple of
She's
videos
willing to do
still.
work, so maybe there have been threats from a very serious stalker or something.
I do think there's something going on that is not being said because it
Yeah.
just seems very mysterious. Like she's just not touring with them this
That's
album,
my guess.
And they're just
And-
saying like, you
Right.
know, she
right.
doesn't feel comfortable.
And at the risk of sounding callous, I don't really miss her. I just feel like it has not hurt the group, and probably they don't really need her.
they have a lot of people.
They have 9 members.
Yeah.
You don't have 9 members. I'm guessing that when they started with 9 members, they probably thought about, well, what if we lose members, right? This is why we have 9. Every group over the course of many years, they lose members. Like look at Super Junior, look at Girls' Generation, right? They don't keep every single member all the way through. So I have to believe that if you start with so many, you're thinking, oh, maybe we could afford to lose some of these members, right? And of all the members to lose, I just think Mina's just one of the best members to lose, to be honest with you. I have not missed, every single time I see a live performance, I don't think, oh, I really miss Mina. I just don't feel it. I'm sorry about that. If Nayeon was gone or Taeyeon was gone, I would feel like, oh, something's
it's like
missing. It doesn't feel like
off.
Twice anymore, right? But her absence just doesn't affect anything. So sorry to say, she's just not really missed. Maybe the members miss her, but I personally do not miss her. And then, good luck to you. Stay well, get better. But it's not urgent that you come back necessarily.
Yeah. Hopefully they resolve whatever it is.
Yeah, it might be like a stalker. Or maybe she's really, she does have some sort of anxiety. You don't know. It's just, it could be any number of things, and they're not very specific. So
Yeah, because like another group, like Momoland, it's like they had two people not in the group for a long time, and it's like
that's not due to anxiety, though. I'm sure
No,
that the
but
company just doesn't want them
it's
in
like
the group.
whatever
I think that that
they
situation
did something wrong.
That situation is like they did something wrong,
Yeah.
or they gained too much weight, or something like that. I can almost guarantee you that.
Yeah.
And it's so what? It doesn't matter. That's why you have so many members, because unfortunately, or fortunately, or well, however you feel about it, a lot of these members are disposable in the eyes of the company. I think that's what's happening with Momoland. No, I don't personally believe people are disposable. Like if Twice lost, like Nayeon or Geo, I feel like, oh, this is not the same group. I would be concerned. I wouldn't necessarily think the same of them, but I just don't care that Mina's gone. In fact, I would be okay if all the Japanese members were gone. Not that I hate them, but it'd still be a fine group to listen to. It wouldn't affect me at all. Add Chaeyoung to that list. I don't care for her.
Yeah. Twice you only need one rapper, probably.
You only need one rapper. And you know what? We all know which rapper we prefer. Well, I don't know which rapper you prefer, but I know which rapper I prefer. And also probably most people prefer. And you know what? Twice they're wasting Chaeyoung, because she has skills. She has skills.
Yeah.
And they never utilize her actual skills. Like she needs to be in a group like a Blackpink or something, or a G Idol, right? She needs to be in a group that has more of an edge, has more rapping. Twice is not that group. Why are you in this group? It's totally wasting your ability. They don't need her. She could just leave the group tomorrow and be fine.
I feel like we just talked about this, but there is another remix of Make It Right. This time,
another one?
This time there's an EDM remix.
Oh.
Which just came out
Okay.
November 1st. I'm not sure why they did this, because
I didn't hear it. Is it good? I didn't even hear it. I didn't know about it.
well, I don't really like EDM, so I'm not in a position to say. It had like a complicated beat to me.
Oh.
It's one of those kind of songs where it's like, oh, there's like
Yeah.
a lot going on, a lot of things, a lot of layers of
Okay.
music here. But I think maybe the purpose was so they can have something that's played by DJs or played in clubs or
Okay.
something, or
Yeah, that's
different
fine. That makes
charts,
sense.
like EDM charts maybe
Yeah.
was the purpose of it. But that I don't know if like BTS remixes sound very good. Like they don't really go well usually, except for like the Steve Aoki remix
Right.
of Mic Drop, which greatly improved the original.
Right. I heard the original recently. Like, oh, this song's not good.
Yeah, it sounded kind of rough. It was very
Right.
weird
It's
to
like
hear the original.
it's way better after the Steve Aoki.
I don't know what he did,
Like,
but
let's
he
just forget about for the original.
he like really like elevated the song.
He just westernized it, I think, which is good. It just made it so much more accessible to Western audiences. Anyway, so they have an EDM version.
Yeah,
Have no problem with it.
Right.
hopefully people like it. I won't listen to it or like it. That's fine.
There was some Suga fans that were not happy with it.
Why?
They feel like Suga's part in the song, it was like
It's minimized,
the remix was like messed up with this like weird beat, and they just feel like that was throwing off his part, and they're blaming like this producer that worked on this song. It was like, I guess it's not a normal big hit person, it's like a JYP producer, so it's like it's his fault.
It minimized the Suga portion of
no,
this
it
song.
made him sound offbeat because of like how complicated.
So like what's the issue? He's still in the song, So there you go. Okay, if you want my genuine opinion, I think it's fine. They're just trying to reach out to an EDM crowd. So
I thought, isn't EDM over though? It's like 2019. It's like,
no, there's still plenty of people like EDM. There's definitely plenty of people like it. So if there's a small chance they can reach out to a larger crowd, it doesn't really cost them anything. So the opportunity cost is nil. So it's worth it. Like people who don't like EDM they won't listen to this song or invest anything in it. But if there are EDM people who like it, maybe it will reach out to them. I don't know. I didn't hear this version. I think it's worth a shot. It's no risk. Mm-hmm. They're not losing anything. So sure, reach out to EDM people, as big or small as that market is. Maybe they can tap it.
Yeah, maybe it'll be played at like festivals and all those different events that they have. Like, there's one in like Ibiza and Belgium and stuff.
There's still multiple festivals. It's still a thing.
Yeah.
So if they can get an EDM song that gets any traction at all, it's worthwhile. I don't think it's gonna get traction, but
it'd be like Levels or like Sandstorm.
Well, no, it's not gonna do that. But any amount of extra attention it gets, I think, doesn't cost them anything, so it's fine.
Thank you to our guest Morgan. You can find BTS Happy Hour on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, Podbean, and just added to iHeartRadio, so check it out there too. New episodes are on Monday. Be sure to comment, review, or rate in the podcast platform you're using. Follow us on Twitter at OurBTS. That's at HOURBTS. Until next time, this has been the BTS Happy Hour. Thanks for listening, and remember, make every hour a happy one.